Yes, Master. You need me? A pleasure to speak with you. I like the Two Sisters Lodge, and Mog does a good job running the place. She and her sister are both fine people. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil. A bargain at any price. A bargain at any price. Pleasure doing... You drive a hard bargain. That's a good deal. I let that go too cheaply. You've made a good bit of gold. That's a fair deal. Come back and see me again. Take care.
Excuse me. Hello. I heard you purchased the servants' quarters for Rosethorn Hall, and I was wondering if you had anyone in mind to fill that position. For 150 gold and a roof over my head, I'm yours. Well, to help around the house, I mean. Excellent. I'll move in immediately.
Who will help an old beggar?
Good day, my lord. How can I be of service? Certainly. Here you are. Shepherd's pie. My own recipe. Me? There's not much to say. I was orphaned when I was young, and don't even remember who my parents were. I'm not really sad about it. It was so long ago. Gundr took me in when I was but a teen, and I've lived there ever since. We've shared a bed, but we're never married. He's never been cruel to me. It's just that he's never been kind. It's as if I'm just another part of his shop. But that's all different now. I'm glad to be serving you instead. I can see we will get along just fine. Certainly. Here you are. A nice mead will relax you. Be well, my lord.
Mercy. Just one coin.
Well met.
Have you ever thought of joining the Fighters Guild?
I've often thought about joining the fight.
By the strength and guidance of the Nine, who comes before us upon this sacred ground, seeking the Cuirass of the divine Crusader? Step forward, adventurer, and face us each in honorable combat. For the vows we fail to revere in life, we shall uphold death. No unworthy soul shall lay hands upon this sacred artifact without the leave of the Knights of the Nine. Sir Gregory, you are defeated. Sir Casimir, step forward. Impressive. You have bested Sir Casimir. Now face Sir Ralphus. You have fallen. Step back and let the challenge continue. Sir Henrik, come forward and prove yourself. Have overcome half of us, and yet you remain standing. Perhaps Sir Caius shall test your true mettle. You show a fury of faith that I have not seen in centuries, but now you face Sir John. You have lost, Sir Junkin. Sir Torolf, show the challenger the ferocity of the North. You have stood against the Knights of the Nine and lived. However, the final test is upon you. Ready yourself, Sir Knight, and face me! Sir Knight, in 300 years, none have stood against us and lived. Step forward and claim what is yours by right. May your faith be true. By the Nine! I've not seen such strength! Could you be... No, you cannot. You are simply a noble knight. You completed the quest that I could not. I'm glad that my death at least served to lead you here, as I had hoped. The original Order of the Nine was founded with the intention of safekeeping the Crusader's relics. In life, we failed at this task. In death, we seek to preserve what little we accomplished while we wait for one to come and finish what we began. One of the mightiest knights of my day. It was a great boost to the Order's prestige when he joined. Unfortunately, he and I did not see eye to eye on certain matters. He left the Order during the War of the Red Diamond and never returned. May the Nine guide your way.
I know where you may find the gauntlets of the Crusader, for I was the one who lost them. Though many know where they are still lost. I believe there is something you must do in order to retrieve them. Would you listen to my tale and learn of the gauntlet's fate? When the Order fractured, I followed Sir Beric into war, taking the gauntlets with me. When it was over, I returned to Cyrodiil. I attempted to return to the service of the Nine, but the war had changed me. I no longer had sympathy for the weak or pity for the suffering. In the brief time I was there, I did more to hurt the chapel than help it. It was there that I was cursed. A beggar who came to the chapel each day for help tried my patience one too many times. I lost my temper and struck him. My blow landed harder than I had intended, and he fell to the floor dead, killed in the very chapel of the God of Mercy. I left the chapel at once, of course, but the damage was done. I was weak, constantly weary, and lacked the energy to do almost anything. Ah, yes. As proof of the deed, when I struck the poor man, the gauntlets slipped right off my hands and fell to the floor. Heavy as stone, they would not move. None could lift them. I suspect they lie there still, in Coral's chapel. You must prove to Stendarr you are worthy to lift the gauntlets once more. Seek out the priests in Coral. Perhaps they can help you. We had only the best of intentions. Truly we did. We meant only to serve the Nine and the Empire. It's hard to believe it all went so wrong. It was placed on me for defying the teachings of Stendarr in his very chapel. My entire lineage was ruined by this curse. Whether it is connected to the fate of the gauntlets, I do not know. Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
You have my tribute, Sir Knight. In 300 years, none have passed the gauntlet. In 300 years, we have never known hope. But for the first time, it seems that someone may succeed where we have failed. I see in you the chance to redeem our souls and restore the Order. And now, I must ask you to press forward where I could not. I must ask you to face the challenge of Zenithar. Below the chapel of Zenithar in Leowyn, there is a shrine to the great craftsman, St. Calidus. Those seeking the mace must pray before the shrine. When you bow, you will receive a vision, or perhaps not. It is unclear. The priest saw that my body never moved, but it felt so real. You will see the mace separated from you by a great chasm. The chasm represents your doubt. Your faith must be your guide across it. This is what I know. As I said, my faith was weak. I did not understand the test, and I fell from the platform each time I tried to cross. I have told you all that I know. All that is left is for you to prove yourself more worthy than I. If you seek the mace, travel to Leowin's chapel, kneel at the shrine in the Undercroft, and let your faith in the Nine be the salvation of us all. Legends say that when Pellinol Whitestrake was slain by the Aelids, a messenger carried the mace to the human settlement of Leowin as a message. Centuries later, the master craftsman St. Calidus built the Chapel of Zenithar in Leowin as a tribute to the legend. When St. Calidus was laid to rest, those who prayed to Zenithar at his tomb began to receive visions of the mace of the Crusader. Our greed for the relics overshadowed our faith in the Nine. I can only hope that you are stronger than we were. Casimir left with the gauntlets when the Order dissolved. I heard that he lost them, but I had my own problems to deal with. May your sword strike true.
If you are true to the teachings of Julianus, it may be possible for you to find the shield of the Crusader. When the Order crumbled, I set out on my own. After years of searching, I found the shield and brought it to Fort Bulwark for safekeeping. With the help of a few trusted friends, I began work to keep the shield safe for all eternity. I never saw my work finished. I died defending the fort from those who would take and misuse the shield. I never saw our work finished. I trust that the others carried on without me. It lies in the southeast of Cyrodiil, near the Black Marsh border. If all went according to plan, it should be very well guarded now. Believe in yourself and use your knowledge wisely. You will pass through unharmed, and the shield will be yours. History and knowledge are his domain. He is the god of wisdom and logic. He teaches us, know the truth, observe the law. When in doubt, seek wisdom from the wise. Though we went our separate ways when the Order fell, we all served the Nine in our hearts. All but one. May the Nine guide you.
Have you recovered the Mace of Zenithar? Of the original divines, Zenithar is thought to be the most in touch with the mortal realm. Some legends say that Zenithar has close ties to Kinnereth, an idea that is supported by the manner in which the two gods' realms interact. Craftsmen devoted to Zenithar are able to create and profit from the materials provided by Kinnereth's natural world. The two work in harmony, the natural world providing for the craftsman. One cannot revere Zenithar without acknowledging the power of Kinnereth. May your sword strike true.
I am at your service, Commander. In matters of faith, one cannot be bogged down in the affairs of this world. Learn from us. Cast aside your treasures and serve the Nine. Sir Ralvus quested for the mace after Sir Beric's betrayal. He believed that with the mace he would be able to bring the rest of us together. He stayed in the chapel of Leowin for months, attempting the test over and over. He hardly ate, hardly slept. In the end, he failed. He left the chapel broken and beaten. Sir Amiel found his body and laid him to rest here at the Priory. May your sword strike true.
I am at your service, Commander. Complacency proved to be our greatest enemy. The service of the Nine requires eternal vigilance. Sir Casimir took the gauntlets to war with him. After what happened with Beric, who would try to stop him? Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
I wish to see you succeed where I failed. I was on the path to the boots of the Crusader, but died before I reached them. Do you wish to learn what little I know? I cannot tell you exactly how to find the boots, for that will be up to Kinnereth. I can tell you to seek out her priests, though. West of the Imperial City, on the edge of the great forest, is a shrine. You will find them there, and they will tell you what you need to know. The wars of men undermine the service of the Nine. Do not follow in our mistakes. The boots are safeguarded by Kinnereth herself. You must be tested and prove yourself worthy to acquire them. Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
I am at your service, Commander. In death, we continued the work that escaped us in life. The relics must still be guarded, for someday they shall be needed once more. Alas, my old comrade is not among us here. We do not know why his spirit did not join us here to guard our last relic. We were estranged in life, but I had hoped that in death we could be reconciled. For my part, I now know that I am largely to blame for the ruin of the old order. Sir Amiel takes too much upon himself. I will say no more. May your sword strike. True. Greetings, Sir Knight. Sir Junkin was lost attempting to find the boots. At least he was spared from the tragedy of the Order's last days. After Beric betrayed us, Sir Ralvus journeyed to the chapel of Leyawiin to attempt Zenithar's test of faith. He tried to reach the mace again and again, failing each time. He became obsessed with it, refusing food or drink for days. When I finally received word of his quest, I went searching for him. But I was too late. Sir Junkin helped me carry his body back here. I failed my friend, and I failed Zenithar. Perhaps you can succeed where Sir Ralvus could not, and redeem us both. Go with virtue.
Who will help an old beggar?
It's my pleasure. Please continue. Perhaps you need new armor, a weapon. I have a large selection of both. You got a great deal. You got a great deal. That's more than I usually pay. You got a great deal there. You drive up. That's a good deal. That seems a fit. Thank you for your business. Knowledge is power. Goodbye.
Safe travel.
Well met. There's much I can show you. Pay attention, and you can learn a lot. Bye.
I hope I can help. Go to it. Hello.
I heard that someone saw the ghost of Lord Glenville again, along the road to Bruma. I think I'll avoid that road.
Any time now.
Don't get too many... Well met. Don't get too many foes passing.
It's my pleasure. Please continue. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel. That's more than I usually pay. A pleasure to serve you. You too.
How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Fantastic.
What brings you to the altar of Kinnereth, my child? You have been in the chapel of Kinnereth from the moment you stepped outdoors. Have you not felt her presence? We gather here to pay tribute to all of the blessings she bestows upon us. You would seek the holy relic Kinnereth has bestowed upon the world. Then you must prove yourself worthy. Kinnereth's creations guard her relic, and you must pass the test before you may be granted the boots. I cannot say what it will be, for I do not know. Kinnereth herself will decide in what manner you shall be tested. All I can do is direct you to the Grove of Trials and remind you to heed Kinnereth's teachings. Fear and respect nature and all her creations. Indeed, nature itself is Kinnereth's domain. All its creatures are her wards. You would do well to remember this when it comes time for your test. Not far from here, to the west, nestled within the great forest, it is a place many would overlook. I warn you that it is unwise to take anyone with you. You should go there alone. Then proceed directly to the grove, as your test has begun. Kinnereth may choose to guard you along the way. That is up to her. Good luck. You too. What brings you to the altar of Kinnereth, my child? You have been in the chapel of Kinnereth from the moment you stepped outdoors. Have you not felt her presence? We gather here to pay tribute to all of the blessings she bestows upon us. You would seek the holy relic Kinnereth has bestowed upon the world. Then you must prove yourself worthy. Kinnereth's creations guard her relic, and you must pass the test before you may be granted the boots. I cannot say what it will be, for I do not know. Kinnereth herself will decide in what manner you shall be tested. All I can do is direct you to the Grove of Trials and remind you to heed Kinnereth's teachings. Fear and respect nature and all her creations. Indeed, nature itself is Kinnereth's domain. All its creatures are her wards. You would do well to remember this when it comes time for your test. Not far from here, to the west, nestled within the great forest, it is a place many would overlook. I warn you that it is unwise to take anyone with you. You should go there alone. Then proceed directly to the grove, as your test has begun. Kinnereth may choose to guard you along the way. That is up to her. Good luck.
Farewell.
Greetings, Nord.
Good afternoon.
What's going on with you?
I saw some mud crabs above the water.
Greetings, Sir Knight. You are an asset to your order. You have claimed the boots, and for this I am grateful. Sir Henrik spent his days looking for the shield. He was so determined. We all were in those days. Walk with the nine, Sir Knight.
What brings you here, my son? Take your time. Ah, yes, the gauntlets have been here for ages. I know only the basic story behind them. They're more of a novelty these days. My only real involvement with them these days is keeping the youngsters from hurting themselves trying to pick the gauntlets up. What is your interest in them, if I may ask? Yes, well, I don't know the whole thing. A great many years ago, a knight of the old order did something terrible, and the gauntlets just fell off. They dropped to the floor right where he stood, and no one could lift them. It was a sign of the curse placed upon this knight by Stendarr, I think. That curse still lingers on today, in fact. Poor Kellen. Oh, why, he's a descendant of that very knight from so long ago. The curse has affected his family all these years. he suffers from it now. He came here from Hammerfell seeking a cure, but, well, there's really nothing that can be done for him, I think. He may know more of the story than I. Perhaps you should speak with him if he's feeling well enough. He's down in the chapel hall, resting. You may speak to him if you like. It's a horrible thing, truly. One cannot help but pity those such as Kellen, who have such a burden placed on them through no fault of their own. But if it is the will of the Nine, then there is little that can be done. Farewell.
Good to see. What is it? Is there a cure? Has Erelder found a cure? I know there's something he's not telling me. You've seen them, I assume. The only evidence of what happened so many years ago. Do you know that I thought perhaps I could lift them? That somehow this curse would be lifted if I could pick them up? I tried for hours, until my whole body ached, and I could barely move. I lay there on the floor next to them, weeping. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I've been at the end of my rope for far too long to be ashamed of anything. Ah, so you've heard it, have you? Terrible curse. Been in the family almost longer than anyone can remember. When I was younger, I could live with it. Wasn't so bad, but it's only gotten worse over time. I'd come here, to the place it all happened, in the hopes that something could be done. I fear I haven't much time left otherwise. Erelder has let me stay, mostly out of pity, I think. But there's something else. I swear he knows more than he tells. I've seen plenty of pity in people's eyes over the years. I grew up recognizing it. But with Erelder, there's something else there. And when he speaks to me, there are times I'd swear he sounds apologetic. Guilty, even. Why would that be? What reason does he have to hold back information? I know I'm a doomed man one way or the other. Speak to him if you can. Convince him to tell me what he knows as a dying man's last wish. Bye.
Greetings, champion. I'm at your service. I cannot face him. I know what might be done for him, but I haven't the will to do it. I wish I could help him. Truly I do. But I cannot muster the strength to damn myself on his behalf. The curse. I know what would lift it, but I cannot do it. The only way to free Kellen of his curse is to take it on myself. I am not strong enough to do this, and so I am a failure. I fail Kellen every time I speak to him, and I've failed Stendarr every time I pray to him and do not ask for the power to lift the curse. Do you know one who would do such a thing? One who would pray at this chapel's altar, pray to Stendarr for the power to lift this curse? I've told you, the only way to lift the curse from Kellen is to pray to Stendarr for the power to free him. But that means taking the curse on yourself. You'll be marked for life, as will all your children and your children's children. Farewell.
Come back to see the doomed man, have you? I don't know why they're still here. They're so heavy, and I'm so weak. What does Stendarr want from me? Farewell. How did you? I feel good. I feel good. I don't feel like death. I feel like running. Look at me!
Excessive for those two folks.